And we're back with a little bit of interesting news from the WNBA. Chennedycarter has signed with the Las Vegas Aces. This is an interesting signing because, as you previously know, if you follow the WNBA at all, Chennedycarter, who played along Angel Reese in her rookie year, were kind of like a nice little duo out there in Chicago. Chennedycarter, somewhat comparable to almost like a female Allen Iverson in the way that she plays and also in a little bit of her attitude. If you also remember in that year, she had an incident with the golden child of the WNBA at the time, Caitlin Clark, in which she shoved Caitlin Clark. Unfortunately, obviously, it was uncalled for, shouldn't have done it. And since that point in time, and then when it came to the end of the season, Chennedycarter was out of the WNBA. So, questions and concerns kind of come up. Why would Chennedycarter be out of the WNBA when she's actually one of the top 10 best female basketball players in the entire world? And you might say, well, how is she a top 10 WNBA player in the world? And on top of that, how did she get kicked out of the league? Well, she does have a pattern of being a hothead, so that also contributed to that, along with you don't touch Caitlin Clark. Everybody knows that, especially when the WNBA hasn't had a revenue-generating year until, essentially, Caitlin Clark got into the league. But it's interesting, the signing, the main point, because Chennedycarter, in her time off from the WNBA, went over to China. And I just want to list some stats from the WCBA, which is the Women's Chinese Basketball Association, this previous year. She averaged 33.1 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2.6 steals. Her field goal percentage was, well, this was a 2-point field goal percentage, not including threes, was 55%. Not to mention, she added in a 52-point game, a 50-point game, a couple 30s and 40s while having a triple-double. Chennedycarter is actually a top 10 female basketball player talent. Now you're pairing her with the best female basketball player in the league, Aja Wilson. It's just an interesting tidbit note because it wasn't really covered on ESPN too much, but Chennedycarter coming back into the league, hopefully she's a little bit more mature now. I believe she's about 25 years old at this point. Could be a little bit off, but hopefully she's mature now where she can handle herself as far as the mental anger management and all that across the court. But statistically speaking, this is like adding another top 10 player on top of another top 10 player, which the WNBA has because there isn't a whole bunch of teams and there aren't a whole bunch of roster spots. So you get big pairings as far as like big threes and big twos all the time. So her being added with Aja Wilson is very interesting because everybody knows Aja Wilson, the first $1 million player. She just signed a 3-year extension. And now you add in Chennedycarter, who is, in my opinion, the female version of an Allen Iverson in the WNBA. So it's an interesting pairing, just something I wanted to note out there. I know it's been a while since I've been on here, but just a very interesting signing out there in Las Vegas. And it's Las Vegas, too. So it's controlled by Becky Hammon. Becky Hammon has won a championship. She does have the respect and command of not only her team, but the city. So it'll be interesting watching Aja Wilson and Chennedycarter work together when you have, on paper, 2 of the top 10 best female basketball players in the world right now. Thank you for listening.